Getting around the Tech campus can be a challenge, especially for those with permanent or temporary disabilities. Find out how one student's small business could soon become a full-time solution coming up.
With over 30,000 students on the Tech campus, there's a chance that someone could suffer from a life-threatening medical condition at any time. Find out how one campus group gave students a chance to learn how to save a life next.
And one of the most famous names in wrestling is about to give marriage another shot. MCTV's Tiara Bryant has that story and more in today's Entertainment Express.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Jay McCully.
And I'm Abby Aldrich. Texas Tech's Lubbock campus is one of the largest in the nation. Every day, students spend as much as 30 minutes to an hour walking to and from class.
For many, that much walking can already be a challenge, but for those with short-term and long-term disabilities, getting from class to class on time can seem impossible. However, as reporter Megan Reyna shows us, one enterprising student may have a solution that could benefit Tech and its students.
Bring it anyway, and it's allowed me to perform a lot of good for the student body.
Benny Rex, owner and operator of Benny Bike Taxi, providing the only alternative and free transportation service on campus aside from City Bus. After only a year of service, he says he's already noticed the impact he's made on campus.
Many of them would be able to tell you that I've gotten them to some place that was the far side of campus, late at night, so it was a safe ride program. It's been useful. Student disability services, people on crutches and casts.
For students dealing with an injury or permanent immobility, you do have options, but they are limited. Transportation and Parking Services provides assistant parking for those with an ADA placard or doctor's note. But if you're not able to drive or simply trying to get building to building,
we don't have any transportation ourselves. We really encourage people to use the bus system.
Tamara Mancini, Senior Assistant Director for Student Disabilities, says what Benny is doing would be a good alternative option if the logistics work out.
Something like a pedicab would help students that are temporarily injured or whatever get from class to class. I don't know how much power we have. I mean, we're open to supporting something like that if it's reasonable and feasible for the campus.
Benny says he believes it is and has recently gotten the newly elected SGA block, Raiders Empowered, on board with the idea to expand this service. The proposed plan, both Benny SGA and the university to purchase 12 pedicabs, creating employment opportunities for students and a new free service for transportation.
The cool thing about it, the exciting thing about it, is that not only is it not going to cost the school any money, but as best I can tell, and I've done a fair amount of research on this, the manufacturer I've got lined up to make this deal with and to buy a dozen of these and split this with the SGA, the ad space that would allow on the back of these things, we have corporate partners here with Texas Tech already established.
Lauren Rodriguez, senior kinesiology major, has experienced crutching around campus.
I was on crutches for, I want to say, 3 days before I finally went in and got a boot and realized I just couldn't do it because crutching around campus is very difficult and very limited to students.
That's for Benny Sepson.
It would be so much better if, like I've been able to provide, if we could provide to students a safe ride that gets them directly to where they got to be.
It was just an inconvenience, and I'm sure to a lot of other people who have broken or have had some sort of surgery where they have to be on crutches. If there was such a service as the pedicabs, then that would have been more beneficial to me than just walking around campus on crutches.
While the newly elected SGA executives are supportive of Benny's proposal, it is ultimately up to the administrators to make it a reality.
If enough students needed something like that, I think that the university would listen to the request.
Cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in the United States, and every year more than 350,000 cardiac arrests occur outside of the hospital, and that includes on the Tech campus. In an effort to help save lives, the Center for Campus Life sponsored a special event today, giving up to 100 students the chance to learn CPR. The American Heart Association offered 5 45-minute training sessions in the sub-ballroom starting at 10 a.m. this morning. Each session allowed up to 20 students the chance to learn the proper way to administer CPR in an emergency situation. Along with the staff from the American Heart Association, 10 student volunteers also helped train students during each session. Today's training did not count as a certification course, but the information provided was enough to help save the life of someone suffering from cardiac arrest.
With the end of the spring semester just over a month away, many students are looking for a summer job or employment after graduation. With that in mind, the University Career Center hosted an event to help make finding a job a little easier. On Wednesday, the All Majors Job Fair was held in the Sub Ballroom from noon to 4 p.m. Representatives from local, regional, and national companies were available to talk to students and about temporary and long-term employment opportunities.
These employers are here to recruit tech students, and so whether it be for an internship, maybe a part-time job, but also full-time jobs. And so we're hoping that they make connections, and then hopefully we'll get interviewed and get hired.
The University Career Fair hosts all major jobs fairs during the fall and spring semester each year. Beyond Wednesday's fair, the UCC also organizes webinars and workshops to help students get jobs. For more information about University Career Center and all the resources they provide, visit careercenter.ttu.edu.
Students passing through the free speech area yesterday had a chance to interact with some furry friends and contribute to a good cause. The Tech Activities Board hosted the latest installment of their 6 minutes of service opportunities. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesday, this week's events gave students the chance to make a dog toy for some needy animals at the Moore Safe House shelter. Along with the activity, participants could also stop and spend some time with the dogs from the shelter.
So good today because some of these dogs have never been around different people, just the ones at the Safe House. So it was very good to let them see that not everybody is going to hurt them. And it just builds confidence in the dog to where they can be adopted sooner.
If you missed out on yesterday's event, you still have a way to help out the Moore Safe House. On Saturday, representatives from TAB will be heading out to the shelter to deliver the dog toys and spend some time with the animals. TAB is also inviting out any students who would like to come along and help out. The Moore Safe House Service Day is scheduled to start at noon and wrap up at 4:30 p.m. If you would like to join in and volunteer, you can sign up at TAB's website at tab.ttu.edu. Over the last 2 days, the South Plains may have finally seen the last cold blast of the spring. Overnight lows on Tuesday and Wednesday fell into the 30s across Lubbock and some areas just west of the city saw freezing temperatures on Wednesday morning.
That's true, Jay. Many students were caught off guard by the cold conditions, especially on Tuesday evening as temperatures dropped almost 30 degrees in the late afternoon. So can we expect any more surprises the rest of the week? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The Memorial Circle Cam is showing bright sunny skies this afternoon. Temperatures have risen into the 70s and the wind has been light throughout the day. Overnight temperatures will fall just below 50 tonight, but conditions should stay mild to make for a very nice evening. Tomorrow we'll see a slight increase in wind speeds and a few clouds in the sky. Temperatures will also be warmer with a high approaching 80 degrees. On Saturday we'll see a return of clear skies and a continuation of lighter winds. But Saturday will also bring record temperatures with highs possibly reaching 90 degrees. Temperatures will slowly decrease overnight and winds will increase. On Sunday, winds will become an issue again with gusts predicted over 40 miles per hour. Temperatures will stay warm with highs in the mid-80s. Sunday's winds will also bring a return of some cloud cover throughout the day. Overnight lows on Sunday will fall into the upper 40s, but the wind chill could make it feel much cooler. On Monday, the winds will decrease and so will the temperatures. Monday's highs should end up in the lower 70s, and overnight lows will also stay cooler with temperatures falling into the lower 40s. On Tuesday, we'll see a return of sunny skies and lower temperatures. Highs on Tuesday should stay in the upper 60s. Then on Tuesday night, we could see some big changes as clouds move through the area, creating for a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The wet weather will continue into Wednesday morning, and then we'll see periods of sunshine and cloudy conditions throughout the day. Chances for showers and thunderstorms stay in the forecast throughout Wednesday evening, with the best chance of storms on Wednesday afternoon. Looking ahead, there may be a little more rain in the forecast to end the week, but we should see a return of dry, warmer conditions by the weekend.
A celebrity engagement, a divorce, and an extreme makeover are all big stories in the entertainment world this week.
MCTV's Tiara Bryant is in studio with a look at all those headlines and more in today's Entertainment Express. Tiara?
Thank you, Abby and Jay, and welcome to this week's edition of Entertainment Express. WWE wrestler John Cena finally popped the question to Total Diva star and longtime girlfriend Nikki Bella. In a true WWE fashion, of course. John proposed after him and Nikki beat The Miz and Maurice in a tag team match at WrestleMania. Congratulations to the newly engaged couple. In other news, in the Kardashian versus Blac Chyna feud over whether Chyna can trademark their world-famous last name, the Kardashians win. Blac Chyna's request to trademark the Kardashian name was rejected. The sisters were successful in blocking Chyna's attempt to have the rights to the name Angela Renee Kardashian, whether she marries Rob Kardashian or not. In sad news, Spice Girl Mel B recently announced that her 10-year marriage to film producer Stephen Belafonte is coming to an end. Not only is the marriage over, Mel was granted a temporary restraining order she filed April 3rd against her estranged husband. In the document, Mel claimed Belafonte was physically and verbally abusive during their 10-year marriage, saying, quote, "I am in fear of my safety and I am in fear of being irreparably harmed as a result of Belafonte's threats. I fear he will carry out his threats against me, which will collaterally harm the children." Hopefully, Mel and her husband will come to agreement that will be beneficial for the entire family. In a recent issue of People magazine, Mama June, mother of pageant star Honey Boo Boo from Toddlers and Tiaras, showed off her extreme weight loss. Mama June went from a size 24 to a whopping size 4, losing about 300 pounds. WeTV documented Mama June's weight loss journey in a new show, Mama June, From Not to Hot. Congratulations to Mama June and all her weight loss success. Lastly, Beyoncé is reportedly being considered for the voice of Nala in the upcoming Lion King remake. Bey has not made a decision yet, being that she has 2 babies on the way. However, sources say that they are willing to make her as comfortable as possible. Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, will be the voice of Simba, and James Earl Jones, the voice of Mufasa. Hopefully, the Queen will hop on board for this classic remake. Well, that's all I have for you for this week's edition of Entertainment Express. I'm Tiara Bryant. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Tiara. It's shaping up to be a busy weekend here on the Tech campus. So if you don't already have plans, there's a few options to fill your time. Let's take a look at the MCTV events calendar. Tonight, the Tech Activities Board continues their weekly Thursday night movies with Furious 7 in the Sub Escondido Theater at 10 p.m. Furious 7 features Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and the rest of the Fast and the Furious gang in action-packed ride. The story focuses on Diesel's crew who work to rescue a kidnapped computer hacker in exchange for a chance to take on villain Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham. You can also use tonight's movie as a chance to catch up on the Furious saga before the new film Fate of the Furious opens next week. TAP's Thursday night movie is free with the Tech ID.
The Tech Activities Board continues the entertainment on Friday with one of their biggest events of the year. Tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m., TAB will host the Raider City Limits concert in Urbanovsky Park. The annual musical celebration features local talent and a headline act that promises to rock the park. This year's performers include opening act Justice Miller, an engineering student, and Kevin Rudolph, a musician and record producer from New York City. Rudolph's music includes the hits Let It Rock and I Made It, featuring Lil Wayne. Raider City Limits is free and open to the tech community.
And on Saturday, the School of Music invites you to celebrate one of the longest running traditions in the program's history. The 50th annual TTU Jazz Festival concert kicks off at the Allen Theater at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night. The concert will feature students from the Tech's Jazz Ensembles and Jazz Combo, along with world-renowned trumpet artist Ingrid Jensen. Tickets for this weekend's concerts are $12 for the general public, $10 for seniors and non-Tech students, and Tech students and children under 12 get in free. For more information about the Jazz Festival concert, visit the School of Music's website at music.ttu.edu. Tech's Southwest Collection is a special collection library known for maintaining some very important documents and archives that tell the story of Texas Tech and the Lubbock area.
But the SWC is not just your typical library. It's also a great place to see history in person in the facility's various display cases. Right now, you can stop by the Southwest Collection and see a special exhibit commemorating the attack on Pearl Harbor. The display features portions of oral histories and manuscripts that are stored in the library. The exhibit also has several historical items from World War II, including an American flag, photos, and a sailor's cap. The Pearl Harbor exhibit will be on display through September of this year.
So Abby, do you have any big plans this weekend?
You know, probably just catching up on work, getting ready to go home for Easter weekend. What about you?
I don't know, I might go hiking or something
That'd
like
be fun. It's great weather for it.
True. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekdate Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.